Your kisses.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another Woods Report.
I think you take for granted.
Oh Lord, she and Anita Baker's.
That's
thing.
one of our topics, y'all.
Anita
Every
was,
time
Anita been acting up.
You mentioned Anita Baker's name. You know you got to go into Anita
Sweet
Baker
love,
mode.
sweet love.
You got to sing like her.
You got to do sweet love.
My people at my old job would worry me to death when I would channel Michael McDonald, and I would channel him, and I would sing like him. His kind of like his tone.
Try to sing like him.
No, I did. I had that same sound, and they would come bug me. Do Michael what's his name? Michael
you just said his
Michael
name.
McDonald.
Right.
Yeah. And they would bother me to death because
all right, so Anita Baker,
get into it.
She's been doing a lot. So, but we still love Anita. Anita's one of those people, like how remember Diana Ross used to be bad, like really arrogant. Or like you know what? Aretha Franklin. Yeah.
Aretha Franklin and Shaka Khan.
One of those ones that's really Shaka Khan.
Truly divas.
Very divish, but
you almost like
but
really?
We still love them though.
Yeah.
We still love them.
To hate them.
We love them, but they're very conceited.
Yeah.
Well, she done
ego.
Yeah. She has kicked Babyface off the tour.
Some people probably feel like he should have got kicked off for all the stuff he did to TLC.
What did he do to TLC? Take their money?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Anyone, he took their money.
Yeah.
People probably like, I don't care about no Babyface.
But I mean, Babyface is good too, but you don't really need Babyface for Anita
He opened
Baker.
for her, didn't he?
Yeah, you don't need Babyface.
But her reasons for doing that, though.
Well, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about Anita Baker. We're gonna talk about Carrie Lake, that big nut job. We're gonna talk about Trump, of course, because that's the big day. He turned himself in today.
Talked about
which
today.
Which we all said wasn't
nothing. Didn't he go back to Florida?
It means nothing, and the judge is a Trumpster. So it doesn't matter. Okay. Tyler Perry buying BET.
So that's final.
That's final.
It was a bunch of people going.
Well, not final. It's final, but not final.
Okay.
Not final. So it's a lot of stuff going on.
Okay.
So with Anita Baker, she says that Babyface's fans harassed her so much. Well, remember that day when it's been happened a couple of days, they said, where they've been late starting the shows.
Yeah.
And Babyface opens for her.
Yeah.
And so because they're late, they got to get out of that venue at a certain time. So they either had to cut his whole show or cut songs out of his show.
They're late because what?
We don't know. Different reasons, maybe. I don't know.
If it's not her fault.
But even if it is her fault, she's a headliner. But the thing is that people that's coming to see Babyface were hitting her up in Twitter and Instagram and stuff. And she said, I'm done. Anita Baker is at her age now where she's like, I don't need this.
No mess.
I don't need this. I'm Anita Baker.
So long.
Right.
I'm missing you, baby.
Anita Baker is like, I'm done. I've had it with you guys.
Yes.
She goes off on his fans on Twitter or just let's look at
one of those platforms.
It says Anita Baker. This is Billboard. Anita Baker has had it after going on a tweet spree over the past few days, decrying that harassment she has been receiving from Babyface fans. The Caught Up in the Rapture singer announced on Tuesday morning.
No, they didn't say the Caught Up in the Rapture singer.
That she's done with it. Now, this is what she said.
Okay.
After silently enduring cyberbullying and verbal abuse and threats of violence from the fan base of our special guest supporting act. She kept saying that throughout the thing. They kept saying he was co-headlining. She wanted to be clear. He is not co-headlining.
Wow.
He is a special guest and supporting act.
Wow.
Which means if we're late, he's getting cut.
But you know what? He's just as big.
Oh, well, but listen. Okay, well, let's keep going.
That's a hard one.
In the interest of personal safety, she said, I will continue the Songstress tour alone. Appropriate free funds will be made and the blessings Baker wrote alongside a new tour poster that doesn't feature her former opener's name.
How would they give a refund for that? Because that's
people who say
price.
No,
for all of
them. If you bought tickets for Anita Baker's tour, but you really wanted to go see Babyface, you could get a refund.
Oh.
Some people buy tickets, but they really going to see the other acts.
Will they hurt her feelings if a lot of people pull out?
I can tell you right now, and I'll keep on reading what she said. If we bought tickets to Anita Baker and Babyface was no longer, wouldn't mean one mean
for
thing to
us.
Me. For us.
Okay.
Now, people that's going for him, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But who goes to an Anita Baker tour to see Babyface? That don't make sense.
And
to
that's
me.
always been
you can see him in other stuff.
And that's always been an issue for me for concerts when they have more than one artist.
Yes.
And you're like, I don't really like that artist. I'm going to sit here until my artist come on.
Yes. Well, they said that Babyface is saddened by what's going on because he is a fan of Anita Baker.
And the fact that his fans is acting crazy, causing this.
Man, these fans are ridiculous.
Y'all, and back in the day, was it that bad? No, because
social
media.
You can have access to them now a lot more than back then.
And they can threaten you on social media, stand in your house, do crazy stuff.
Yeah. Wow. You have to take star tours to try to see if you can get a glimpse of a celebrity. Yeah. Now you see them all the time. In a statement, Babyface that said that he's sad and that he's no longer on the tour. It's unfortunate and disheartening to see how things have played out via social media. I told you offline, I think he seems like he's a kind person. So he seemed like this would, He said, while I was looking forward to the rest of the dates, I have nothing but love and respect for Anita. And I wish her the best. See, he's not going to come out and say nothing about her.
Right.
But she said stuff. She went on.
Why
now, Anita should have
nothing to do with him.
That's what I'm saying.
Those are his fans.
This is what I'm saying. Anita gets too much of the
Shaka
diva.
Khan got in trouble and Stephanie Mills got in trouble with their big mouths.
That's what I'm saying. Anita went too far.
Okay.
She should have just ended that tweet right there.
Thank you, baby.
I'm being bullied.
Maybe next time
we'll
get together.
So it says, let's see. She went on to say, I'll paraphrase it. I'm not going to read all of it. She said that his fans are bullies or whatever, and she went on to talk about them, of course.
Okay.
Then she said, and by the way, he don't like Beyonce.
She did a Stephanie Mills move. They make a comment that's not necessary.
So she's trying to get the Beehive to go after Babyface. And I guess she was trying to say, you know what? Let's get into Anita's head for a minute. Maybe because people say Beyonce's fans are the worst, like they're the Beehive. She's trying to say, you guys are worse than the Beehive, and he don't even like Beyonce. Maybe that's why she didn't have to say that, though.
No.
She didn't have to say that.
She had no leg to stand on to make that comment. That has nothing to do with his fans.
Then she said, they answered her back and attacked her for getting rid of him. She said, dearest ones, you are not privy to the contracts. Yes, Babyface is special guest supporting act on my tour. Because they were saying he's not a guest. He's a headliner. She said, y'all don't see the contracts. He's a guest. She's answering him back. Them back. She said, this false narrative of a co-headliner is creating unrealistic expectations and aggressions from his fans towards me. He should tell you guys the truth. So I think that's why she mad at him, because he's not saying nothing. And that's when she came back and said, by the way, he don't even like Beyonce. Just so y'all know.
That's just wrong.
I know.
Why would you say that? So now she's showing her lack of integrity. Well,
on the Breakfast Club, they talked about it today. And Charlamagne brought up the fact, and I forgot this. Stephanie Mills was on the Breakfast Club.
Right, remember?
And Charlamagne asked her, do you take either criticism or correct from other female? And then she was like, not everybody. And then he said, well, what about Patti LaBelle? She said, oh, yeah. She said, and he was naming, and she said, oh, yes. Diana Ross, yes. Okay. He said Anita Baker, and she was like,
she didn't say nothing.
And he said, you got beef with Anita Baker? She said, no. He said, your face, Stephanie. He said your face.
But she's not the only one.
You can't hide your face, Stephanie.
She's not the only one that has made
She said, I'm
comment
not saying
about
anything negative
her.
about I love Anita. She said, let me tell you, I love Anita Baker. I'm paraphrasing. Anita Baker is a whatever icon.
Diva,
I love Anita Baker. I would never say anything negative. He said, but your face said it. When I said her name, you made a face.
Yeah, you didn't even keep a straight face.
So that tells me maybe she does have beef with people in the industry. But I heard she was a little hard to deal with.
But she shouldn't be, because to be honest, there's no artist, because they would say Aretha Franklin wasn't. You kind of expect Aretha, because she's the queen of soul. She's a musician.
Anita Baker's not Aretha Franklin.
She's not Aretha Franklin level to be like she is. Yeah. I love you, boo. I'm missing you, baby.
Why is she on social media anyway? Why is she on social media?
I don't know. Why you yapping your mouth? I know you're an older woman now. You think as you get older, you don't talk as much.
She shouldn't be on social media because people live to bully you and cyber bully you on social media. Yes. We get negative comments. Right. You can't be on social media and have a thin skin because you'll try to answer everybody back or whatever. Because our channel isn't as big as it needs to be. I sometimes answer back because the dummies don't understand that that's engagement. Okay. The computer sees it as engagement. It doesn't care whether it's a positive or negative comment. Right. It's seeing that people are saying something on your video. So the computer is an AI. He's like, oh, let me push this video out more. Yes. So I push them to say
a lot of people replying.
So sometimes I'll say something just to make you say something back. But she don't have to do that. She Anita Baker.
You need to go back to that song you sang with the Winans.
Which one?
Ain't no need to worry what tomorrow's gonna bring. It'll be all over in the morning. Go back home, honey.
We have to understand, and you said us. If I was buying a ticket to an Anita Baker concert and Babyface was on the thing, I wouldn't give two rats if he was gone. I'm not going to see Babyface.
But these are probably people that don't really care about her.
But Charlamagne had a good point, because Envy was saying Babyface has a lot of fans. No, he doesn't. Babyface produces and writes for a lot of people.
Right.
I'm going to see Toni Braxton sing Babyface songs.
You know what?
Not see Babyface.
No, but in all reality, when I sat and watched the first verses, Babyface is one of those producers that is well known.
Oh yeah.
Even more so than his singing himself.
But we said concert. Do I want to go see him in a concert?
I know, I'm just saying the name Babyface. Right. Sometimes people get it mixed twisted. Yeah. He's a good whatever. Yeah. Whatever you call them.
Producer,
like
writer.
And that name is big along with TLC and all of them. People like, I'm going to the concert. I'm going to his concert. Ooh. You got to remember, he don't have a big repertoire of songs. To be like, I got to hear him. Right. But I don't know.
But I'm saying Babyface, if Babyface had a concert and people he wrote for came out, I would love that concert. That's what I'm saying. TLC and like you said, and Toni Braxton and all of them. Okay. But I don't care about seeing him.
No. But it's funny how the few fans stirred her up.
But she's right. For me to go through all of this for Babyface, he gotta go. If you're gonna be terrorizing me for Babyface, it's not like she's on tour. Who could she be on tour with that she may take it? Because people will be like, I'm coming to see them too. Not just you, Anita.
I was surprised that they even came together as
I agree.
She could have had another artist that's not as big, right, to be an opening act.
Maybe Stephanie Mills or Patti LaBelle or somebody. People would say,
Patti would open.
No, I'm just saying, not open, cold headline.
And she probably wouldn't let it co-headline.
No, she wouldn't.
She seemed like such a diva.
Yeah, she wouldn't.
She wouldn't want to co-headline with nobody.
Maybe
she just be by herself.
A man like Babyface. She need to be by herself. Anthony Hamilton.
He's in concert in Chicago.
That's a good one. Okay. Now, if she had Anthony Hamilton and she was cutting his songs and taking him out, I could see people saying, I'm not coming to see you. I'm coming to see Anthony Hamilton. I'm younger. I don't even really, I like Anita Baker, but we young. We like Anthony Hamilton.
I'm surprised that another older person wasn't put with her where they would know the songs all together.
I don't know.
When you put an older guy,
I guess.
like a Peabo Bryson or something.
Oh, okay. You mean a singer.
An old school singer that's like her age and that time frame.
Yeah.
Where people go.
Anita cut Peabo. You know that. She'd be like, get out of here, Peabo. I'm Anita Baker.
She's just such a diva. Be by yourself then, Queen.
Yeah. So, but she can be by herself.
Yes.
What does she need Babyface for?
That's why I thought she had I'm surprised she had another name.
She doesn't need anybody else.
To be an opening act for her. And then even, we're starting to see your lack of integrity. You didn't have to belittle him as far as being a headline, not the headliner.
But she said the contract said he's not a co-headliner.
I'm just saying she didn't have to say that.
But if the fans are saying that, she's right.
But I don't think she needed to throw shade at
all. She don't need to
say that I decided that he won't be in a concert anymore with me. You don't even need to go in detail.
She didn't need to go on social media, period.
You're too
that
old
should have been her publicist or something.
That sounds like my mama going on social media.
Yeah.
You too old for that. Yeah. Have some dignity.
But we still love Anita Baker.
Yeah, we're gonna always love her because she's in a lane by herself.
So just watch it, buddy. Just tell her, watch how you talk about Miss Baker.
Caught up in the rapture of love. Nothing. You know what?
I was going through a divorce when her album came out, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I was going through a divorce when her album came out. Her album pulled me through.
But here's
watch how you talk about Anita Baker.
But here's the thing: we both learned when we did verses with her and the person I had to go with her against her.
Who did you have?
You cracked. I had her, and the person you had. I can't remember what singer you had.
Let us know if y'all remember.
Braxton.
Go back. I think it was Tony.
Tony has more hits.
Go back. Hold on.
In different albums, she has one album.
Go back and
that is her major. Like Prince.
Go back and look at our verses. Let us know if y'all want us to start doing that again. Because Lenora was saying she didn't think y'all want us to do it again.
We have to do everything a cappella because of the licensing.
Go back and look. I have a playlist, I think, of our verses.
But you cracked on me when I brought her as my singer, and she went against.
I didn't crack on you.
No, you.
I wanted Anita Baker. Remember, I kept singing the song, I had Tony Braxton.
But she was she fits the category like Prince.
No, but you gave.
It's only one or two albums. That's her. Right. She don't have more than one or two albums. No. That Rapture album.
Lauryn
that
Hill.
Rapture album. All the songs.
That's like Lauryn Hill. That's like Lauryn Hill. No, but you.
I didn't know Tony Braxton. I couldn't do Tony Braxton.
Well, let's be clear. I wanted Anita Baker, and you said you couldn't do Tony Braxton.
I don't know Tony Braxton songs like that.
But hold on, you said I cracked. No, I want to be clear.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay, you're right.
I wanted Anita Baker.
You wanted Anita as well.
Yes, and I ended up singing all the songs. Yes. Thank you.
I won't be neglected. I won't be denied the pleasure of your kisses, the pleasure of your smile. I think you take for granted. I'll always be here just because I love you. And doesn't mean it won't disappear. Been so long.
She don't need no dang on baby face.
Memory. Once upon a time, just let somebody love you. I just don't know why. Whenever I get close to you, you wanna run and hide. Been so long, I'm missing you, baby.
Forget it.
Okay.
She don't need no daggone baby face.
Come on back, won't you come on home? See about me. Ooh, see about me. Okay. Baby, baby, oh baby, a sweet baby, a swoop.
Get out of here.
Sorry, baby face.
Thank you. Ain't nobody taking no tickets back. And they sitting up in there, you get rid of Babyface.
We don't like
you.
She's
like, get out of here. I don't need no Babyface.
You're the reason why he can only do 3 songs and not 6.
Who wants to come hear him do 8 songs and her do 6?
I know.
I want to come hear her.
But she didn't have to make that comment about Beyonce.
She didn't have to do that.
Him not liking Beyonce. Now she's sicking those Beyonce fans on him. They may take his life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anita Baker's like how we was talking about put your salvation on the shelf.
Yes.
You got to put what you think about her on the shelf for a second.
Yeah.
And go into the concert, enjoy the concert. Yeah. Then you leave and say that was wrong, Anita.
That was wrong, Anita, what you did. Okay.
But while I'm in the concert, that's it. Okay. She's Anita Baker.
Okay.
She don't need nobody else. Okay. So that was her.
All right.
All right. The next biggest.
Oh no, mine.
Oh, do yours.
Okay.
What's your story?
You know what? On the View, they showed a clip of Chris Christie.
Fred Flintstone.
Fred Flintstone is what we call him. Thank you, Wendy. That's our little nickname for him. Attacks Trump. But you know what? That's been his goal and his
he
number
said
one
he was getting in there.
I'm getting in there. He ain't going to have a chance.
He said, I'm getting in there to attack Trump.
But go ahead and play it.
All right. Oh, well, before this. Emerald says, hey, ladies. Wendy says, hey, sisters. And everybody said hi. Wendy says she okay. Her nasty attitude spoils it.
Yes.
All right. So let's go with Chris Christie. See, now I'm into it. I want to hear Anita Baker.
And this is what happened.
They're playing political games with you. Because they think if you kind of like Trump a little bit, and I don't see anything bad about Trump, and then Trump kind of implodes and goes away, then you're more likely to vote for me. I will do my very best to try to come up with some compromise that can bring all sides together on this, that can make it better.
You don't believe that there should be an assault weapon?
Yeah. At 29 years old, I thought there were easy answers to everything, Anderson. I really did. And I thought that would be an easy answer, an easy fix, and it turns out it's not. We're not at a consensus point. I want to see that consensus, and then as president, I want to build off that consensus. But let's leave it to the states, and if a consensus emerges, we'll know it.
All right. What?
So his platform is even all over the place. But here's the thing.
Nobody believes Chris Christie.
The thing is, I know he's saying he's not running to win.
He is.
He don't care.
He does.
He's really running to ruffle Trump's feathers.
He's running to win too.
And to really go face to face with him on a lot of those issues. But then again, he's even showing people that he's not trustworthy as well. Sonny don't even believe his whole campaign.
Chris Christie was a fanboy of Trump.
Yes, he was.
Then when he got COVID,
yeah,
and Trump didn't call him and didn't care. He was like, "Oh, fat boy, I don't care about you no more." And then he was sitting in a hospital, and he was like, "I didn't get a phone call. Nope. He didn't send no card or no well wishes. Nope." Dude.
He does that to everybody. It's about him.
And I did all of that for him? Yep. Okay, then
I no family members still acting crazy.
Then I no longer, you don't hear his sons no more. Where's his sons at?
I know. What's going on?
They
usually are mouthpieces for him.
Did the FBI get to his sons?
I don't know. They've been quiet.
We ain't seen them.
Things that make
Ivanka been quiet.
Things
but
that
those two doorknobs, doorknobs, they ain't said nothing. Wow. Nobody's heard from Trump's.
Because they would even make comments about what the
Republicans they would have been going off.
How dare y'all do this? Y'all wasted taxpayers' money. Y'all shouldn't be spending time trying to get my dad. He didn't do anything wrong.
You know why?
Why?
Because it's the FBI. Nobody plays with the FBI.
Wow.
I'm telling you, they'll get to you. They have people in. Well, let's go with this. Chris Christie.
Go ahead.
Okay, so
that's pretty much it. It's just his being hypocritical, and also the stance that he's taken on some of those issues. He ain't no different.
He still has his same mindset.
Yeah.
I used to think he was just getting it out to win, but he is trying to win.
You think?
Yeah, because he treads the line when it comes to really going after Trump. He does it in a way where if he can't win, then I'll be the next person. I don't want to piss his people off.
You don't really believe that I'm thinking he really don't want to win. He just wants to get in there and cause trouble.
I think that's the oldest trick in the book. Okay. I don't want to win. Don't vote for me. Then everybody votes for the person that don't care and don't want to win. That's the oldest trick in the book. Well, but I don't trust Chris Christie. Remember how horrible of a governor he was.
Oh, yeah. They keep reminding him about that.
We're going to always remind, and we're going to remind you that you Trump's friend. And we're going to remind you helped him get ready for all of the things that he was doing the last election. The attacks on Hillary, the attacks on everybody. So he's just as bad. Right. He's just as bad.
Yeah, he can't be trusted.
No. But Chris Christie is, I'm surprised they spent today. Oh, they was this morning. Tomorrow they'll talk about the Trump going in.
Yeah, because it was during their show time.
That's why. Well, no, he did at 3:00 today.
Oh, yeah. See, they didn't get the news until.
Well, one person who has an issue with Trump is Carrie Lake.
So she actually has an issue? I thought she was for him.
No, an issue about Trump, I should say.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So she actually spoke at an event, Carrie Lake.
Who was running for governor.
She lost last time.
Yeah, lost. And they asked her, if you do not win, are you going to accept?
Of course she said yes.
No, she didn't.
Oh, okay. At least she's being honest now. She kept
saying, no, she said, I'm not going to lose.
Thank you.
She never answered.
In other words, no, I'm not going to accept
it. There we go.
She was horrible. She did. Most people that get up and talk about Trump or whatever, they'll get up and say, he's innocent and, we're going to stand behind him and, all of this other stuff. No, not Carrie Lake. She has to always take things to the 150th level.
She another Margaret.
So listen to this on the Breakfast Club today.
Is afraid to do anything. They're afraid to talk. They have to go out and protest peacefully. But Carrie Lake, the former Arizona Republican nominee for governor, has a different message. Let's take a listen.
I have a message tonight for Merrick Garland and Jack Smith and Joe Biden. And the guys back there in the fake news media, you should listen up as well. This one's for you. If you want to get to President Trump, you're going to have to go through me, and you're going to have to go through 75 million Americans just like me. And I'm going to tell you, most of us are card-carrying members of the NRA.
Jesus.
That's not a threat. That's a public service announcement.
That's a threat.
Why
would you say?
You said that yesterday.
Why would you say
she's
that
confirming
you are 75 million, which you're not, but you're gun carrying
people
of supporters?
They got to go through you guys.
What does a gun have to do with anything?
No, they're declaring war.
They're declaring war.
That's what that sounds like.
She declared war.
Now we got to get our military ready for this.
So basically, but I think she's by herself. Basically, she said, if you do anything, if you think you're going to harm Donald Trump,
put him in prison
him in prison, lock him up or whatever, we will come down there with our guns and we will make sure that he will come out.
That was the meaning behind what she just said.
And that's also white privilege.
Yes, it is.
A black person would never say that.
They couldn't.
Because they know they would shoot us down right while we walking down the street.
If a black person said that, even in that little
they would get
that actual day.
She wouldn't be walking around right now.
You gonna do what?
Thank you.
Do what?
So either she's dumb as a pair of whatever, and not understand that
a box of
rocks, not realizing that you just put a threat against the United States of America.
And FBI didn't hear that.
And you don't think that they not on you now?
Thank you. They gonna watch you, Miss Thang.
You a fool.
And you're a gun-toting NRA member.
She said 75 million, which is false.
75 million.
Even 75 million ain't gonna go to the grave for Donald Trump.
But to put that out there.
What's
wrong with you, Miss Thang? And
Carrie
what did he say something about that?
Well, that's what we're gonna talk about.
Okay.
So
is she?
My
between
mother
her
said,
and Marjorie
I think she worse than Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie and her make Palin look.
Oh, Sarah Palin look like
they make Sarah Palin.
They make Trump look like a schoolboy.
Yes. They crazy.
He hasn't even said that.
They crazy.
He hasn't even said that we're gun toting. He hasn't even said that.
You know what? Again, just like Tim Scott, Pence, and all of those Republicans who are Lindsey, who come out and say support. They are fearful of the percent that Trump has
he has over his people.
Yeah. Because they know threats can come their way.
Well, that's what they're afraid of.
They may shoot me down in my house.
Yes.
I gotta say something okay or positive.
You don't want to be negative towards him.
Stupid.
You saw all the people that was out there today for him. Well, that's in Florida. Yeah. But you saw all the people that's out there. And I'm surprised Cuban Americans are for him.
That's what Sonny kept saying. She's surprised Latinos, period.
You know what it is? I know what it is. I used to work for a company. It was a Mexican company.
American?
Well, no, it's a Mexican company. And there were people who came that were Mexican,
right,
to work over here. They had visas. And they didn't want to live here. They liked where they lived in Mexico. They lived nice.
They lived good.
They lived good in Mexico. Mm-hmm. They didn't like Cinco de Mayo. They said, we don't celebrate that. And they didn't like American Mexicans. They don't like American Mexicans. They think that they're bad. It's almost like how black people say ghetto people. Mm-hmm. The real black people who live in the suburbs and stuff, they don't like ghetto black people.
Right.
Some of them don't.
Right.
And they say, oh, y'all make us look bad. They hate Marquisha and Shaquana and all of that. Uh-huh. We're in the suburb. And y'all make us look bad out there in the ghetto. Y'all so project. Uh-huh. That's the same with them.
Can I add something to you?
Yeah.
They also have proud spirits. Their ego is up.
Yeah.
They made a mistake.
You talking about the mega people?
These mega people.
Yeah.
Well, what's her name is one of them.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah. My mom said they very proud.
Arrogant and proud.
Yeah.
If you're so proud where you don't even see the wrong. You don't see the negative or whatever in that person.
Yes. So my thing is that when she did that, she declared war on America, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Why she's not locked up is white privilege. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
And
because they figure freedom of speech. She didn't do
anything. Well, it depends on who's doing
to carry out the threat.
It depends on who's speaking.
Okay.
It's not freedom of speech for everybody.
Okay.
So, but for her it is. White lady, you know. Help! Help! Help!
A Karen screaming. City bite Karen.
So for her, it's she can say whatever she wants.
Okay.
Leave that white woman alone. That white woman ain't hurt nobody. She telling the truth. We got guns and we ain't afraid to use them. Uh-huh. Well, you know they got Bubba, the FB. You know they infiltrated y'all little thing, and the first person that's gonna go is Bubba if y'all go down there and act crazy. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Just because we told him don't mean we're going to use him. Trump can take care of himself. He's a fighter.
We just want to be ready just in case.
We just want to be ready in case they try to come take our AR-15s from us.
That's why her stupid self lost.
She ain't going to
win. They didn't want her in office.
Who wants her to win?
And they was speculating that she was going to possibly be his running mate, his vice president.
Well, this guy, Gallagher, calls Carrie Lake's remarks on Trump indictment dangerous. Arizona Democratic Rep. Ruben Gallagher called out former state governor candidate Carrie Lake for her recent remarks on former President Trump's indictment. He basically said what we just said. Okay. It's reckless what she just did. He said, as a Marine who went all the way to Iraq to defend this country, our democracy, and our freedoms, I know this language isn't just hyperbole. It's dangerous and it threatens the very core of our democracy. Gallagher says, who announced earlier this year that he would be running for senator of Arizona, said in a statement, for that, Carrie owes every American-loving Arizonian an apology. Wow. She ain't gonna do it. He's a Marine, ex-Marine.
I know.
Anybody in the military listening to her say that would be, what?
What the heck you talking
about? What did you just say? 75 million people and you all are NRA carriers?
And the fact that you said they have to come through me.
They have to come through us. If you want him, you gotta come through us.
So you're declaring war.
And you gotta come through us. It's 75 million of us and we all got guns.
We all packing.
That's exactly what she said.
Gosh. Okay.
So he's not happy about that.
Nobody should be. Nobody should be condoning what she says because, and then too, that's another, God, I don't know why people are so weak. Like my mom just said, it's really pride. Mm-hmm. Pride is blinding them. Pride is blinding them from the truth and they're fearful. They're fearful of that percentage And then the thing that scares me even the most, when you think about dictators throughout this world, how do dictators start out?
Like him.
This little bit of episode we're doing.
That's why they gotta shut it down.
That's how dictators start. Because I always sat there and went, how do these people follow those mean men and women in office? Idi Amin and Hitler.
They don't have no choice.
They had a soldier of people following their mean rhetoric.
You know how you get it? If you get the military. In every country, that's who you need.
Oh my
If you can get
God.
the military on your side, then that's it.
You
can
take
overthrow
it over the country.
You can overthrow
that's
the
true.
government.
That's true.
Let me see. All right, before we move on.
Go ahead.
Wendy says, Babyface puts on a fantastic show and he has written for everybody. Yeah, we said that, but I don't want to hear him. If he's having a concert with the people he's written for, then I'll go.
Examples of people buying the tickets
right.
for the concert, but would rather hear Anita.
I'd rather hear Anita Baker.
If he doesn't show up,
why do I want to hear him?
I'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't want to hear him. I want to hear the people who he's written for more than him.
Well, yeah.
Wendy says don't like Fred Flintstone's politics, but he's got balls and he speaks the truth.
Yeah.
And I like that. And Layla says, how are the Tell It Like It Is women this evening? What's up, Layla?
All right.
Yes, we're going to try to tell it like it is, I guess.
Tell it like it is.
One more thing about Trump, and then we'll move on.
Okay, go ahead.
We have to talk about the fact that he did get indicted today. I mean, my goodness.
Well, I didn't see no handcuffs.
You won't see that. He walked in, and the crowd was out there. Most of the crowd didn't even get a chance to see him because he showed up in another location. So he goes in. I guess they said they did a cyber fingerprint. They don't do the ink anymore. So if you was trying to get a shot of his fingers with black on it, it didn't happen. It was cyber. Okay. It was cyber.
Okay.
And then they didn't take a picture of him because we know what he looks like.
Okay.
They didn't put a bond on him where he can't leave.
And this is the first time.
This is the first time this has ever happened.
So this is the first time. This is processes that they're probably still kind of going.
What we do know is there were allegedly, he had the codes to the nuclear war, our nuclear missiles in those boxes. That's why they after him. That was the biggest thing I think they said. Why he's in trouble.
But you know what? Who's the house person that took Nancy Pelosi's place?
McCarthy.
He made a dumb comment about the fact that the files are in a bathroom. They were not in a garage like the other people.
And let's talk about that. First of all,
garage versus washroom.
Why are they in your nasty washroom?
But no. Garage, she said, the door opens up and out, up, back and forth. The washroom, you can at least close the door and lock it.
Are you serious?
Yes, he did.
With your boo-boo hands.
No, I'm just saying, you thinking of the nasty part of it. But Joy and them made a comment about, really?
So
and wherever you got him in the house, let's say a padlock is on it.
So he was sitting on the toilet.
You condoning.
Wait a minute. He was sitting on the toilet.
We don't know that.
It was in the washroom.
But they're just piled in a washroom.
I'm just guessing.
I think he was sitting on the toilet
while finish my joke?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know he was trying to be
He
funny.
was sitting on the toilet.
Reviewing the files.
Reading files.
So now they got, I'm sure his hands wasn't clean.
Who are the clerks that got to put that back?
Now that they know they were in the washroom.
I saw Seinfeld.
They don't have gloves.
Remember Seinfeld? You didn't watch. You don't watch it like
that
I
episode,
do. George was in a bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
He took one of the books off the shelf and went to the washroom.
You don't do that.
He came out of the washroom and put it on the shelf. And the guy, the one of the people that worked at the store, said, "You can't do that.
You can't do that."
And then George said, "What?" He said, "That book is flagged."
Yes. You took it to a washroom.
And then George was like, "Okay, well, all right." He said, "No, you have to buy that book now.
You have to buy it."
He said, "I don't want to buy that book." He said, "You have to buy it. You took that book in the bathroom."
In the washroom. And, oh my God, why would he not think that he shouldn't buy it?
So, in my opinion, they probably want to arrest him just for putting it in the washroom. Somebody got to put all that back.
But no. McCarty said they're not in a garage.
Well, nothing's going to happen to Trump, y'all. Trump is still going to run.
Stupid.
This case means nothing. The judge, I was reading this thing.
Oh, yeah, they're concerned about him.
Well, Eileen, it's a woman.
Oh, it's a woman.
Senior Democrats on the Senate Judiciary Committee are raising concerns about what role Trump-appointed federal judge Eileen Cannon will have in handling the case. She's handling the case. Cannon, first of all, was the one who didn't even want it to take place. Mm-hmm. She ruled back in the day, I don't know if y'all remember, she ruled in his favor a while ago, and they sent it to a higher court, and they overturned her. So that tells you right now they don't want to do this anymore. She's a Trumpster.
Yes.
She was appointed by him.
Yeah.
Cannon, a member of the Conservative Federalist Society, who was confirmed to sit on the district court for Southern District of Florida shortly after the 2020 election, made headlines last year when she ruled that an independent arbiter must review 13,000 government records seized from Trump Mar-a-Lago in August. And then that's when she was overturned. Her decision was later struck down by a 3-judge panel made up from members of the 11th Circuit Court Appeals. Trump was indicted last week on 37 federal counts, and they said that she's going to be the judge now.
Should she, what's that?
Excuse herself?
Or whatever it's called.
Recuse herself?
Yeah,
whatever
she should. Especially after that first incident.
Somebody says, I am concerned. She was a Trump appointee. She was overruled by an appellate court before. She's back in charge.
I know.
Of
that's
the case.
Not good.
This is a historic case. This is what Dick Durbin says here from Illinois. In other words, why is she over it?
Thank you. Who makes that decision?
They said it was a draw or whatever. It wasn't. She wasn't,
won the draw.
It was random. Yeah, right. Yeah, random.
Right. Randomly fell in her lap.
He said, I still hope that she really does her very best to neutral and be a good judge. So they hoping.
That's all
but if she don't think they're not gonna watch her like a
that's all they can do is hope that she does what she needs to do.
In a way, that might work against him because she knows everybody's watching her. She might go out of her way to be tougher. We don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Or is she another fearful person that his people may
75 million that are NRA gun toters, and we ain't afraid to use them. And if before you get him, you got to go through us.
And how do you know, and y'all know if y'all know legally, that she can say for him just to show her support, and it can be overturned by people like last time.
Right.
That's a plan.
So she can get out of there and be like, I'm done.
I did support him. I did what I could do.
Yeah, you're right.
Go ahead.
You're right. But that's it, basically, that we'll see how this case goes out. Okay. He still has the Georgia case. He has so many cases, we done lost track. What did that comedian say at the correspondence dinner? It's like a soap opera. He got cases that got cases. The case with the lady, who was suing him for sexual harassment, sued him again because he went on CNN and talked about her again.
Let's just say, for sake of argument, he becomes president,
which he probably will.
His 4 years will be spent doing these stupid court cases and stuff.
Well, they'll probably he'll probably do house arrest. He'll probably be in Mar-a-Lago, which he'll love. He don't want to be in the White House anyway. They got mice and stuff. But he can't be in Mar-a-Lago because his wife is there. No, he has to be in the White House. They don't be together. She don't want him there. Donald, does this mean you have to stay home with me, Donald? I didn't do anything, Donald. Why is the judge hurting me, Donald?
But she'd be first lady.
So but she's saying, I didn't bring any files home, Donald. Why are they convicting me? She said, how are you being convicted? They telling me I have to stay home. And that's hurting me, Donald. Why do I have to stay home with you? I didn't do anything. Barron didn't do anything.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
You already want me here. Your ex-wife is buried in the backyard, Donald. This is too much.
Well,
Donald.
she was holding his hand when they went to the. She was there with him.
I'll give you $200 million. Oh, well, Mar-a-Lago is big, Donald. You stay on one side. I'll stay on the other side.
So you saying house arrest? He have an ankle bracelet on. Right? He gonna be in the White House with the ankle bracelet.
He should have an ankle bracelet to say MAGA. Make America great. You see how stupid that sounds?
Yeah.
Make America great again with a president who is a convicted felon. And felons can't vote.
Right. But that's making America great.
So when it comes time to vote, he won't be able to vote for himself.
Right. Remember we saw Obama and then went into the voting thing and they did their little vote. Remember
he can't do that.
He can't do that.
And then he got the little guy that was once a server that's now his assistant. He bumped him up because he the main one that was messing with the boxes. He's indicted too.
Oh,
now you see this guy everywhere with him. That's his pal.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right arm.
His right arm. Guess what, buddy? You're taking the fall because he's gonna say, "I didn't tell him to bring those boxes in my bathroom.
He just brought them in there. Yeah, that's not my fault."
And and he's gonna blame the lawyers. They told me I can look at something and blink my eyes 3 times and it'll be declassified.
Everybody will be thrown under the bus. You can move on. Oh,
so that's Donald Trump.
Go ahead.
So that's the latest. We'll keep following what's going on with Donald Trump.
I know y'all tired of hearing it.
Tyler Perry.
So you're saying this is near final decision.
Tyler Perry to take control of BET.
Okay.
Now, I didn't know that most of the shows that's on there is his anyway now.
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
Yeah.
He does have a studio. He has the capability. He is professional.
Mm-hmm.
I just want him to pull away from writing and directing.
I want him to open the doors for other writers.
And better actors.
And, oh, gosh.
According to a recent report from the streamer, Tyler Perry is set to take control of the cable channel BET. Okay. Right now, BET is owned by white people.
And it's black.
It'd be nice to have
it. Means Black Entertainment TV.
So it would be nice to put it back in control of somebody black.
Okay.
What happened between Tyler Perry and BET? The report mentions that Perry's acquisition comes as Paramount is losing money. Perry's deal is valued at an as of yet undisclosed amount. It will give him control of over BET Media Group, which is also comprised of networks like VH1.
Okay.
So he'll have VH1 too.
Wow. And they show reruns as well.
Perry is no stranger to working with BET. The star partnered with the company via his Tyler Perry Studios to create BET Plus. That's what you look at. A streaming service that features both original films and series from the BET program library.
Yes.
Since its launch, the streaming service has been massive. In 2021, BET Plus accounted for half of the subscriber growth and nearly all revenue growth for the channel. One thing you can say about Tyler Perry, black people love Tyler Perry. And everything that because you know why? He started in the trenches. He started in the trenches with us. Yeah. He started with the plays, the Madea plays, opening them up so that church moms can go.
Humble beginning.
Humble beginning.
And still seem like a good guy.
Very giving. He gives a lot. He's like Oprah. He gives a lot and you don't hear about it.
Right, right.
I always tell the story about Oprah building a school for girls in our small town. And nobody talks about it.
Right.
Well, she don't talk about it. So Oprah probably has done that so much that people don't even, she don't blast everything that she does.
Exactly. And that's good that they don't.
And Tyler doesn't either.
Okay.
So I'm glad
that. So what better person that can take over and manage and ownership of a network?
Yep. And I think he already owns like 25% or something already of stock.
Okay.
So he already has an investment in BET.
Yeah.
So that's probably why they were like, not only is he wants to buy it, but he owns shares. So he has an investing interest in this company, making sure that it prospers.
And like you said, a lot of his shows are on there anyway.
Yep. The news comes following the Paramount Global had been seeking to sell a majority stake in BET earlier this year. Perry expressed optimism about buying the company, saying that it was possible. It was very, very interested. He was very, very interested. So that's what we hear. Hopefully Tyler Perry would be the owner of BET.
Yeah. The only suggestion, like you said, some of the actors in his shows, they're not good. But other than that, yeah.
I think what he does, and to his...
I know he gives everybody a chance.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
These are not... I don't know their background. I know they're not... Well, I'll be cracking if I say that they're... what's the school? Our Juilliard.
Train.
Yeah.
They could be. They just not good.
I don't know. The movies is different than stage play.
Yeah.
You know, but I tried watching some of his shows. Some of you guys probably watch a lot of his shows. I tried watching the show called Bruh, B-R-U-H. I got into the character, so I wanted to see where they were going with it until they bring a new one out. the thing that I suggest with him and his writing is that they don't do constant repeating. That there's a storyline and that they stick with it and not. If you say, yeah, you need to leave, girl. I don't understand why you're not here. Yeah, so what do you think? You think I should go somewhere else? No, you just need to leave because I don't think you shouldn't be here anymore. And I think you just need to leave. I don't need to say you need to leave for 10 minutes.
You know what?
And that's what I don't like.
That's because that's probably Tyler writing. I think he needs other writers. And directors. But maybe since he's buying BET, he'll do more.
That's my only suggestion. Watching his show.
Because Madea, the plays were tacky. A lot of the plays were tacky.
Yeah, Madea's character carries
because it was Madea. And the singing was good. Yeah. We had that introduced us to
Tamala
Man and all of them.
Yep.
So he had good singers and but the writing was like, they'll come in one side of the room. See, I studied theater. Yeah. So my first year in college, I was a theater major, but I finished with television writing. So, but anyway, I changed my major. I was theater.
But you still stayed in the arts.
I was still in the arts. I was film, all of that. I ended up television, but I would watch his plays and cringe because somebody would come through the one side of the door and be like, I'm coming from their room. I'm going back to my room and go out the other side of the door.
Like, ooh, that was a simple stage movement and you didn't do it right. I get it. So,
or they'll cross, because we call them crossing. Yeah. And they'll have their back to the audience and talking, and you see the actor like turn around. It was so, but I still enjoyed it because it was from us by us. Yeah. And it was Madea. Yeah. Madea's character carried it. And Madea would say, because it's Tyler Perry, turn around. Now, why are you talking with your back to the audience?
Exactly. The comment.
As Madea.
We would laugh at the staging.
We would laugh. We would laugh. You didn't forget your lines, didn't you? Didn't you? That ain't what we rehearsed. Madea would do that. And we would laugh because it was Chitlin Theater, but it was Madea.
I love it.
Now, y'all ain't gonna have me out here looking all ghetto and project now. I'm Madea. That's what we liked it. So,
but he does good with his shows that actors who are probably not as seasoned, with seasoned actors, like the Family That Prays.
He needs to have seasoned actors,
more like those where they're mixture, and you play off of a person who is seasoned because you have no. If you acting with Denzel, and Forrest Whitaker, you have no choice but to bring yourself up to that level.
That's the answer then. Because I don't want him to stop giving actors who don't have a chance. Yeah. Put them with seasoned actors. Yes. Because then at least we were looking at Denzel Washington and, all of them.
And a young actress coming in or actor coming in, they gonna practice. They gonna be, I'm with Denzel. I got to do good.
So I would say that. Okay. But I'm happy that he's buying it. I'm excited.
Me too.
It needs to go back.
More so than Puff Daddy when he tried.
I did not want him to.
It would have just been a whole thing of music
and people doing booty shakes all throughout the whole thing.
Thank you, Tyler.
So I'm glad Tyler. Thank you, Jesus, that Tyler Perry bought it, and he's also going to have, I'm sure, spiritual stuff. Yes. Because Tyler's spiritual. Yeah. So he may bring back those gospel things and all of that stuff, the preaching.
Or shows that, my mom could sit and go, not cringe because they using profanity or showing their body.
Yeah, so I'm for it. Okay. So congratulations. Now, you haven't seen this TikTok.
No.
Remember I said I always want to show some TikToks?
Okay.
This lady says that she sings, that people tell her all the time that she sounds like Toni Braxton.
We just talked about Toni, too.
And we talked about Toni, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I listened to it. You tell me if you think she sounds like Toni Braxton.
Okay.
Or that she even sounds better than Toni Braxton.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I sound just like her. Here you go. Unbreak my heart. Say you love me again. Undo this hurt you caused when you walked at the door and walked down.
Just stop it right now. You don't have to keep going. Thank you. I'm glad it's only a few seconds. I couldn't take that anymore.
Now.
But she seriously feels that she's got
Does she sound like Toni Braxton?
She's trying to with the the deep tones. But she's just off key.
So sometimes if I start watching TikTok, I'll get lost. I'll get lost in TikTok because some of these people are crazy.
Break my We know, I think because we know singing when we hear it, because we got family, friends that, I mean, my God, they should be all known now. We got family and friends that can blow. And when Kim is she's definitely can amen to this. When we call our friends and our relatives to come do something, anything, we bring the best. And we're noted for that. We don't just bring you, where people go, Kim, Lenore, why y'all got her here? We bring people, whoa, she can sing.
They can sing.
Whoa, she can
act. And that's
act.
the other thing that people got to understand. It's too many people that can sing.
Yes.
So, you can't get away with not singing anymore.
Maybe there's some mental concerns.
But this is what I was going to say. I brought that up too. Number one, to laugh at the lady. Okay. But number two, it's a lot of people on TikTok. Hey, TikTok, I'm talking to you. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of people on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, who actually don't have talent. And they really believe they have talent. Mm-hmm. But then there'll be people in the comment that say they do. Are we not hearing something? Am I missing something?
People said that she can sing.
No, that's people making fun of her.
Oh, okay.
But there were some people that was like, she's not that bad. Are we missing something?
I don't know what it is for you to think that was okay. Most people got a good ear. They know a good singer and a not good singer. I don't know. Oh,
all right.
Okay.
Let me see comments, and then we'll go right to the end.
Okay.
I'll skip over these other stories. Wendy says Kathy Bates and Alfred Woodard eat waters. The family that prays.
Right. Actors mixed in with actors on that level. You got to do good, right, Wendy? That was one of my favorite movies from him.
Okay, Peter, you always want to know
is this the donkey, right?
Who the donkey of the day is.
Okay.
Who's Charlemagne the God's donkey of the day on the Breakfast Club, right? Today, Charlemagne the God gives it to the Peter President, okay?
Uh-huh.
Peter President explains, this is an article from the New York Post. Peter President explains why she wants her flesh to be barbecued after she dies.
Is she for real?
Yeah. Now, remember, before I start this, I always use PETA as an example when I said people go too far.
The extreme.
And I said the transgender movement, in my opinion, is moving like the PETA movement.
Right.
You going too much. And whereas you could have had some people maybe not do meat as much, maybe say, you know what, I'll do meat twice a week or 3 times.
I'll lay off of it.
And maybe I'll do vegetables more often. And I'll work my way through it, maybe.
You're educating me on some things.
But they go so far with the statements that they make and throwing paint on people's coats and all this stuff that people eat meat excessively just to piss them off.
Yes.
That's the same thing with the transgender movement. Because you pushing it so much
in our face like this.
Kids getting reconstructive surgery, men, people transgendering with penises in women's washrooms, all this stuff that you could have had people on your side.
Right.
But because you're pushing it to it, you're so strong, people turn off.
Right.
Now they don't want to have nothing to do with it.
You're going too far.
So this is what this lady did. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA President Ingrid Newkirk, says she updated her will to include a request for her flesh to be cooked and for her body parts to be transformed into activist messages post-mortem. I am deathly serious, she said in an interview with Fox News Digital about her post-mortem plans put into her will, which were announced Monday. She explained that she wanted her flesh to be cooked with specifically onions in a human barbecue after she dies in order to raise the point that flesh is flesh and how she believed no one should be eating animals. You can barbecue my flesh and you'll smell it cooking with those onions. Oh, I want some of that, but it will make you think, won't it? She actually thinks is why she's a
trying
nut
to go to the extreme of her body being cooked, where she knows people go, ooh. She wants that same.
The way you feel about my flesh
with animals
is the way we feel about animals' flesh.
With animals.
Now, Charlemagne gave her Donkey of the Day, and he was right. He said, I hate to break it to you, Ingrid, but if people hungry enough, they'll eat you.
They'll eat you. We talked about that movie Alive. Y'all go and rent that.
Yeah. Right. And it's not a human.
That movie Alive, it was about that soccer. It was either Brazilian soccer team or whatever. That plane crashed. Olympians, and they had surviving in the winter. It was like an Antarctic kind of snow. Mm-hmm. And some of them were dying and they needed food. They had to resort to cannibalism. The ones who died much earlier, their bodies was frozen. They actually took the body and did what she wants them to do. And I would eat
her too.
Did what she wanted them to do. They were shunned when they got home, a lot of them, who did survive, because they had to survive off of the ones that passed away. And of course, they waited till they passed away. They didn't take their life. They waited till they passed away. One girl, she just died naturally. She said, I can't do it. I can't eat human flesh. Mm-hmm. So I thought about that movie for survival. They ate the people who passed away.
If you get hungry enough.
My goodness. And she wants hers barbecued with onions.
With onions at a barbecue. She wants them to have it like at a barbecue.
Okay.
It says PETA started off with humble beginnings. Okay. Now they have over 9 million members and an annual budget of $80 million. So a lot of people are giving money to PETA. Mm-hmm. Which
I'm for I get the organization.
I'm not going to sit here and dog out PETA.
Yeah.
PETA has done a lot, in my opinion, to bring awareness to the unethical treatment of animals. Yes. And I agree with that. Yes. I don't like dogs tied up outside and people starving their dogs and how they even taking the lives
of these animals, even to put
using them as target practice, throwing. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like hunting whales, hunting elephants for their tusks, and leaving the whole body of the elephant out there. Yes. I hear you. I get it, PETA. Yes. I'm listening to what you're saying.
Yes.
But when you guys start throwing paint on people or making comments like what she just did, you go too far.
Now you're starting to lose the respect of the people, the membership, and people who needs an understanding of what you guys are all about. We're thinking now you kind of Lulu.
And people think you're crazy. Somebody got a sign up said, stop eating pigs. My mother said, I love pigs. I'm sorry. Baby, back in the South, they eat them from the root. What they say, the rooter to the tutor.
And I know there's a lot.
I can't watch it though. Yeah. I watched on YouTube them slaughter a pig and cut it. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But I can eat them.
Yeah. My mom saw a chicken when she was younger. A chicken's head get cut off, and she couldn't eat chicken for a while.
But she back to eating it now.
She's back to eating it now. My mom couldn't even eat the game plate that we had when we were in South Africa and we went to the safaris. We saw so many animals in the safaris. Even at that time, a female lion had just killed one of those deers, and she was sitting there protecting it.
Right, for the other animals.
So other would come and get it.
What does PETA not address that?
That's nature.
But how come they don't address? Has anybody comment down below if you're a vegetarian or whatever?
Yeah.
How do you explain other animals hunting other animals?
Right. I guess she's.
And
okay
if you say, well, we're supposed to be more intelligent, then why would she say barbecue her? Yeah. If we're more intelligent than a lion, that's out there or whatever, a bear.
It's supposed to be.
If we're supposed to be animals that's more intelligent, I don't believe we're animals, but let's just go with that. That we're animals, but we're more intelligent. Right, that we're more intelligent.
Evolved.
Why would she say to barbecue herself and think that that's on the same level as barbecuing an animal? You have a thought process. I thought you were supposed to be more involved.
But no, I'm trying to get in her head. She's trying to make a point with the flesh, the human being cooked. We would definitely not be open to that.
Because
most
we
people
have
are
a
not
higher intelligence.
And there's some countries that are cannibals. They do that for that's their way of life.
Right.
But here in America, we would be like, oh my God, no, I'm not going to eat a woman's flesh.
But she don't realize.
And she wants us to think that way when it comes to animals.
But she don't realize we are one disaster away from eating each other.
Oh, no.
Let the sun not shine for 30 days or whatever, and see how many cannibals. Everybody starts turning to cannibals.
People,
she don't realize that.
And I do respect, because I have friends that are vegetarians. I have friends that are vegans. We had a coworker that was a vegan, and we had to be real careful where we went to eat out with her, because there's certain things that vegans is more stricter.
Right.
There's even other names for these groups that you just eat fish. I know there's different names for it. But one of the things I was reading in the Bible, and I know
and vegans don't eat anything.
God
dairy
had to show Peter that dream that Peter had, the vision that God showed Peter, because a lot of the children of Israel, they had a strict diet, kosher, everything. And even to this day, a lot of Jews who practice Judaism, they have a strict diet. Because I even call myself in one of the cities, going up in the area where they live, going up to a Dunkin' Donuts to get me a meat sandwich. They didn't serve meat. And I was like, what? Right? No, that was a kosher. Oh, okay. That was for them. That was their area, the neighborhood.
Okay.
But when God showed Peter that vision, he said, everything I create is good.
Right.
Everything. So a lot of us, you got your own reasons for being a vegan, a vegetarian, and I don't knock nobody.
Right.
And even people that I have friends that are Muslim, they don't do the pork and all of that. I respect
but
you.
Don't go overboard.
But you go to the extreme, especially when you criticize people who still do eat meat.
Yeah. What'd you say,
I'm
Mom?
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
He called it unclean.
Wendy says she's throwing the baby away with the bathwater. So my thing is,
wow, she went too far.
I understand, and trust me, the more that we go into the using pesticides and all that other kind of crazy stuff, I understand more and more why, or the way we slaughter and feed
the
these,
way we take their lives,
and we feed them. We feed them junk. The food, the chicken. There's no real chicken with a leg this big.
I know. They insert things,
steroids and all kind of stuff. So I get it. I understand healthy reasons you don't want to or whatever. But I also understand too, if you eat vegetables that's being sprayed by stuff, you got to still choose your vegetables right.
Yeah.
But you have to understand
organic.
Even then, you got to.
I feel like with organic.
Even then, stuff the rain from the sky
and
has stuff in it.
And you can see we're two big girls. We didn't get this size from salads.
No, vegetarian don't mean nothing. I seen big vegetarians.
Have you?
Oh, Lizzo's vegetarian. Vegetarian don't mean nothing.
That's right, because
you can eat potatoes and potatoes.
A lot of starch.
Okay. You can eat potatoes and pasta all day long.
You have some big veggies.
Yeah. Or pasta and bread and all that.
Fat vegetarians. That's just a shame.
Rice, all of that stuff. You could be fat and be a vegetarian.
You would think you'll slim down a little bit. You're not eating a lot of heavy.
Let me tell you something. If I'm fat, I'm not a vegetarian. I'm eating steak and everything else. I'm not going to be fat and a vegetarian. That don't even make sense. That's why people be going after Lizzo.
Yeah.
They shouldn't, but they do.
I didn't know she was
You're fat and you don't eat meat? No. If I'm fat, I'm eating ribs, everything. I'm going out in the bag. I'm not going out with a salad. And I'm fat.
And they came at her.
Absolutely not.
I don't know why we got on Lizzo. They came at her too because she's a vegetarian. Because she dances a lot. And they figure
that's the other thing.
Dance vegetarian.
You are fat. You dance all the time. She exercises.
Yes.
You're fat. You exercise all the time, and you don't eat meat. Are you out of your mind? I'm fat. I'm eating I'll eat gyro, a steak, everything.
Yes.
And I'm not going to exercise. I'm going to live a fat woman's life.
Yes.
I'm not going to Get up and run in the morning, not eat a steak and be fat.
Those 3 black men at the Olympians. Black power.
Not.
That's like black power.
Yeah.
Fat power.
Yes.
Fat power.
Can't stand fat vegetarians. Stop. This is a word to fat vegetarians. Stop it. Stop being a fat vegetarian or a fat vegan. Yeah. If you're not eating meat, it's for health reasons. Yes. So why are you fat?
Or the way they're prepared, like how they're killing them and
so why are you fat?
I don't know.
But then some people said cows don't eat meat and they fat. There was a comedian that said, I don't remember that. He said, why are cows fat? But they only eat grass.
I don't think they're
fat.
They fat. I don't think they're considered fat.
Yes,
I think
they are.
Pigs are and hogs.
No, but cows are fat. And they only eat...
And hippopotamus.
But they don't... Well, hippopotamus eat meat. But
okay.
Do they? No, they don't.
Do they eat meat?
No, they don't.
Does a hippopotamus eat meat?
No, but a rhino does. So there you go.
But when we when we sat in that safari in South Africa, and we saw nature take its place.
They eat each other.
We saw it was a leopard. What was it? A leopard or a jaguar?
It was a jaguar
limping, and we said he don't have long because he limping. I know something gonna tear him.
They gonna tear him apart.
Yes, that's nature. But for us humans, that's what PETA is standing for. They don't want us eating the animals. Let the animals eat themselves.
She is the donkey of the day.
Okay.
She wants, and she's put it in her will. When she passes away,
to barbecue her
she
flesh.
wants to be barbecued. And she wants her body to be cut up in pieces and with onions and cooked. And sent to activists or whoever to prove a point that flesh is flesh.
Who's gonna do that?
Somebody will cut her up.
Her committee? Who's gonna do that?
All she need to do is run into a serial killer. They'll give her she don't need to put that in her will.
Here you go. Have your fun. Yeah, that's donkey of the day for real.
So she gets donkey of the day.
But I do understand on the other side the extreme of what she's trying to prove.
I'm not hating on
I
PETA.
get it. She's get it. Really, don't.
Just like I don't hate on transgender movement.
Right.
I don't hate on the transgender movement.
Can be really
But
crazy.
what you guys are doing is when you start going too much, you turn people off that normally would have supported you.
Yeah, and listening to you.
That's the only reason.
That's true.
That I have against PETA.
Okay.
The foundation and what they stand for, I agree with.
Abuse to animals.
I agree.
I even still, before we get ready to go, I still struggle with the zoo, y'all. I do.
Again, you go to the zoo.
I like the zoo because you're learning, but I don't like the zoo.
They look miserable. And they look miserable.
They sit there all hot.
They look miserable. And we've been to Africa.
Oh.
We've been on a safari.
Where
we
know
what a lion is supposed to.
Yes.
The lions in the zoo are like,
I wish I can get out of here. Don't fall in here because I'll tear your head up.
We seen penguins in South Africa running around on the beach.
Monkeys was in South Africa in Cape Town.
We had
following our car.
Free monkeys in Cape Town coming up
to our car.
Even at the restaurant.
At the restaurant while we were sitting, the people were sitting there eating.
Baboons and all that.
And ostrich was going up and down the hills and stuff. They was free. But that zoo. That's the problem.
We seen a hippo, not a hippo, a rhino.
We thought he was going to charge us.
The mom and dad or trying to keep getting the
kids
kid
crossing the street,
and they didn't listen, and he was getting frustrated. The father was.
Yes. He was going to charge our Jeep.
How was he going to get frustrated in the zoo?
He was going to charge our Jeep, y'all, because he thought we was going to come threaten the kids.
So I get it.
Yeah.
But then you have these zoos saying we also study them and we also give back to the...
We make the environment like how they would be outside.
But they give back. They say we get money. The money goes back to these other countries and they try to...
I feel bad.
So, but
birds inside a thing if they got only just a little area to fly.
An eagle. How's an eagle in a zoo?
But I know you got to learn about them. That's the only way to learn, I guess.
He's never going to be an eagle that's going to, like you see in the wild, that come and grab a calf and try to pick him up.
Yeah.
He's in a zoo.
Yeah, I know.
Being hand-fed.
That's the only problem I have. That's the controversial one.
So I get it.
Whole zoo thing.
I get it. Mm-hmm. I get it. Okay. I get it, PETA. I'm with you. Mm-hmm. I understand people who want to be vegetarians. I got it. Mm-hmm. If you want to be vegan, I got it.
Exactly. Nothing from an animal.
I got it. But just two things I ask. One, don't go overboard like PETA, the transgender movement and PETA and all of that. And two, don't be fat.
Now, there's other, everything that we eat still has things in it. They can get like pasta.
They don't do that.
Our friend was
if you're making a
vegetarian
choice,
and all she ate was pasta.
If you're making a conscious choice to eat healthier and not eat meat, that should be the same with potatoes and pasta.
A lot of starch.
You giving up one thing to be more healthy.
Yes.
And increase it. That's like saying, I'm going to give up marijuana, but I'm just going to drink alcohol all the time.
Wine. You do want more wine than you do the marijuana.
Or you just be a wino.
I don't know. You'll up the wine drinking.
Yeah.
And get off of the marijuana.
I'm not going to do marijuana anymore, but I'm going to have 6 glasses of wine instead.
Okay, I get it.
You just trading one vice for the other.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. Okay. You're going to be fat. Go out in a bang.
Fat power.
If I'm going to be fat, I'm going to have a fat casket. I'm going to... You want to say she lived a big life.
She lived a good life.
A big life. She went on cruises. She ate all you can eat. She ordered more than one entree. She tasted all the desserts.
We had a story saying they don't let us do that no more.
Well, Carnival.
Oh, Carnival don't let you order more than one entree.
I don't know if they don't
condone. They don't
push
it.
You almost gotta make them. I want more than one entree.
I want the steak.
I want to try the steak and the chicken.
Want that chicken carbonara.
Ma'am. The steak is a porterhouse, sir. I want the steak. I'm pretending like I'm at Red Lobster or Ponderosa, where I have a combo meal. I have a steak and a piece of chicken and the potato and some broccoli or whatever. I want to
try that pasta too.
Or why would I just get chicken fettuccine? That's a side at Red Lobster.
You know what?
That's the shrimp trio.
They made it a meal now.
But why would you have on the cruise fried shrimp, shrimp fettuccine, as separate entrees? I want the trio. I want the scampi.
But if they thinking it's enough for one meal,
well, we'll split it then.
Okay. But we haven't been on a cruise in a while, so we don't know if there's been new
We've been
rules.
on a cruise in 2 years. This ain't been that long.
I'm saying since that rule has changed for Carnival.
Oh, since the rule has changed, yeah. All right, y'all. We'll try to do something this year. I want to go on one this year.
Okay. All
right, y'all. What y'all got on here? She's throwing a bell. Okay, Wendy. Layla says, potatoes are my favorite food. All right, Layla. And then she's saying, Layla said, I'm trying to become a vegetarian. See? You're going to be one of those, Layla. You're going to be a fat vegetarian.
Hopefully not if you're eating a lot of potatoes.
You're going to give up meat and just load your stuff up with potatoes.
But you know what? I have a coworker. She's very petite, under 100 pounds. Her body doesn't act right when she doesn't have beef. She has to have beef in her diet.
And the doctor says she has to.
And the doctor told her that. So I was like, wow, you got it. She said every now and then she has to have beef.
Some people can't be.
Whatever's in the beef, it helps her.
Some people can become a vegetarian.
Yeah.
So.
Respect. We just it's about respecting one another.
Yes.
You know, where we're at with our eating habits and stuff.
All right, y'all. We survived TikTok. They didn't cut us off. For some reason. Every time we go on, they cut us off.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Don't forget our joke of a day book. 100 family-friendly jokes. The link is in the description.
And I'm working on volume 2.
She's working on volume 2. And you could go to Amazon and put in 100 family-friendly jokes. And you can pull it up there, the Woods Report.
Support our station.
Help support our channel. You can also give super chats throughout. I don't mention that throughout the thing, but you can give super chats throughout this live.
Okay.
And you can also join any of our. We're gonna start recording. I told Lenora every day.
Already started, yeah.
We're gonna start recording every day.
Just private recording.
Advice and things people want us to talk about and stuff like that.
More the back.
Right.
What is it called?
And those would be members only videos. Only if you're a member, you can see those.
With us, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, y'all. And that was it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See you later.